You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Up the Turnpike's post-game show from the Islanders' 4-3 win over the Buffalo Sabres. A regulation win. Usually when we win by just a single goal, it's overtime. And that didn't happen today, though it came pretty close. Excellent to get a win in regulation after we basically had half a team, specifically on the blue line. Adam Pelech went down after getting a puck to the face. Mike Riley went down in what looked like a pretty scary scene. His head hit the ice and was out dazed for a while. He didn't return, nor did Adam Pelech. Alex Romanov went back to the bench, seemingly re-aggravating his injury, but came back out when Mike Riley left. Matt Barzal isn't playing. Obviously, he's injured. He's back in New York. Anthony Duclair isn't playing because he's injured. Just like injury upon injury was just happening, and the bench was shortening throughout this game. But we managed to squeak out a win. It feels really good. Spiz needs to not watch any more New York Islanders game. That is both a blessing and a curse, I think. We'll see which way it goes, but he missed this one and they won. So clearly Spiz was the reason that we played well today. And let's leave it at that. That's the reason we won, is because Spiz didn't watch. Heck of a game. It didn't start out that great though, because the New York Islanders, as you can see here, went down instantaneously. 1 minute instant, but 9 minutes after taking a high sticking call from Adam Pelech. They go up on the power play, and there's not much to say here. It's just they throw it across the crease and it basically goes in. Like, scramble and it's in. There's nothing really that's going to happen. These goals are going to happen. I'm thinking back to something I asked our patrons. PS, patreon.com/uptheturnpike. I see a couple there in the comments for our podcast twice a week, dedicated Discord server, Friday six pack, so on and so on and so on. Anyways, what we were talking about is, how can I stay grounded while all this crap is happening around us? And what I mean by that is the 4 shutouts in 10 games, the 3-1 loss to the Anaheim Ducks. How do you stay grounded in that? How do you, specifically when we're looking at these goals one at a time and breaking them down? Because they're going to be mistakes. How do I do that? Well, it's rationalizing like some of these goals, like this one here, where we can see from the goal visualizer, there's not much to it. They throw it to the net. It works out to the guy on the far side, and Dylan Cousins. Jason Zucker, great play by him to give it to the open man, and it's in. They have an extra man out there. Some of these plays are going to happen. No one's to blame per se. What would have been awful is if we didn't have a response afterwards. But we friggin' did, because Bo Horvat capitalizes on a loose puck. Watch him see the play break here. He sees it. Boom. Hell of a pass from Anders Lee, by the way. And he's in alone and doesn't make a mistake. Good job by both Anders Lee and Bo Horvat. P.S. Anders Lee, I thought, was outstanding in this game. Not just from the production standpoint, because he's got 2 points here. Does he only have 2? Yes, only the 2, which is fine. Both assists, mind you. But it was his skating. He was up in the play the entire time. He was on a horse all game long. It's clear the captain wanted to rally his team with a I'm going to show you how we're supposed to win type of thing. And he clearly delivered on that today. So good job by Anders Lee for that through this game. It was nice that we took, maybe not took back, but we were back in the game 40 seconds later, right? Because we go down instantaneously on the power play too. So you're going, great. Our penalty kill still sucks and we're still losing. Nope. We're tied still, 40 seconds left. And then the Islanders did, I thought, pretty well through the rest of that first period. Considering they were the road team. I just want to bring up the numbers because my eyes said they played well, but I want to see if the numbers said they played well as well. So if I flip it and I share this tab, so this is natural stat trick here. In the first period, the Corsi was 50% at 5-on-5. Obviously, the Islanders had a power play near the end of that period. So, and then the Buffalo Sabres obviously had 2 power plays. So that's kind of skewed in terms of that. But we're only going to look at the 5-on-5 stuff. High dangers, 50%. There were no expected goals. I find that strange how we're seeing 0 expected goals across the board. Something screwy going on over here with the data reporting. And I'm not saying something's bad or the natural stat trick is screwing up here. It's clearly the feed that they're getting from the NHL was not working well here. But 50% of the Corsi for the Islanders, so 50 for them as well, and 50% for the high danger. So pretty even period in terms of the underlying numbers, which kind of matches maybe what I thought. I thought they played well, but apparently it was even, whatever. So we go into the second period, tied 1-1, and then Maxim Tsiplikov, Sippy Cup himself, scores, make it 5 minutes and 25 seconds into the period. And look at him come into the play late, picks up the puck, and then here we go. Gets on his horse, and he's saying, I'm going to have this one myself. Splits the D. Like they both come pinching in on him, and he just says, nope, I'm going to cut through like a hot butter through knife, and then gets to stick. Excellent, excellent goal from Maxim Tsiplikov for second one of the year. As Orkaban said, maximum Sippy Cup and Bosip Scorbat masterclass. Let's go. Excellent stuff here, specifically on that goal to take the lead from Maxim Tsiplikov. Excellent. Excellent. You can't say enough about Maxim Tsiplikov on that goal. I found that he hasn't really been at his best over the last couple of games. So it's nice to see that he has a standout game here because more to come from Maxim Tsiplikov. Did I say hot butter through knife, Bill? I meant the other way around. Hot knife through butter. There we go. Said it the other way around. Sorry, everyone. We don't rest on our 2-1 lead, thankfully, because we've been known to do that. The Islanders go up 3-1 on the power play, nonetheless. Our crappy power play converted here. And while this play doesn't, or this visualization, my gosh, doesn't do it justice, but watch Tsiplikov here, throws it behind him to Kyle Palmieri. But what he does is that he kind of, he screws up Owen Power because Owen Power thinks he's going to do something else. Owen Power's I've got the forehand covered. And so Tsiplikov just says, okay, you've got the forehand covered. I'm going to do one of these. Ha, ha, and throw it backwards. And Owen Power has no idea how to read that play. Kyle Palmieri, Johnny on the spot, throws it in. Maybe not open lead. Devin Levy did pretty good to get there, but not enough. Kyle Palmieri doesn't make a mistake. We're up 3-1 with a power play goal halfway through the game. Let's go. And it feels good. It feels really, really good. The underlying numbers for that second period, though, point to the Buffalo Sabres really dominating 76% of Corsi 4. Again, no expected goals. Maybe if I refresh, the expected goals will come up. No, they will not. Don't know what's going on there. Clearly something's wrong with the feed. But anyway, 76.9% of the Corsi 4 in favor of the Buffalo Sabres, where they had 20 shot attempts to our 6. Actual shots were 8-5, though, for the Sabres. And they led in terms of high danger chances 3-2. So not awful for us, but not necessarily great either. Again, this is all at 5-on-5, not counting the power play, of which I believe the Buffalo Sabres had 2 in that second period. They did. Just the one. Bowen Byram for hooking. We had 3. Yeah, they had 3. Sorry. Tsiplikov, McLean. My gosh, I got to slow down. They had 2 power plays. Maxim Tsiplikov for slashing, and then Kyle McLean for tripping, which was a BS call. Dahlin tripped on his own skate. He really did. But still, we managed to kill them both off, which is clutch because we haven't been, able to kill a lot of penalties this entire year. And then obviously Oliver Wahlstrom fights Jason Zucker, which was dumb. He shouldn't have done that, but whatever. It is what it is. We leave the second period up 3-1 in terms of the score. We are also leading 25-22 in terms of shots. Remember, I did say that the Buffalo Sabres had 76% of the Corsi 4. What is going on here? Something is clearly wrong with the underlying numbers. they're showing shots for 8-5, but the NHL is showing 15-10. I'm just going to close this. I'm not even going to look at underlying numbers anymore because the underlying numbers are off. I know you may not have seen some of those tabs because I keep forgetting to switch the tabs over for you to see. But don't look at natural stat trick right now because the numbers are completely screwed up. They're so off. Something is happening between natural stat trick and the NHL where their feed just isn't syncing. Anyways, yeah, but we're up 3-1 going into the third period. I forget when all of the kerfuffle starts happening in terms of players going down with injury. I believe it's somewhere around when after this goal goes in, where Adam Pelech, as I said before, goes down with a puck to the face. He clutched his face right away and got himself to the bench. We didn't see exactly the extent of the injury. Not that it's necessarily any of our business, but it's serious enough where he did not return to the game. And he ran right to the bench. There was no hesitation. So that in and of itself is scary. And then you have Mike Riley going down to what seemed like a fairly innocuous hit from Jordan Greenway. Like hard hit, fine, but to completely fair hit from Greenway. It's when Riley hit the ground. Instead of just, catching the entire ice on his back, it was kind of shoulder first and then head second. And that the head, when it hit the ice, really smacked it hard. And I think he was out of it for a second there. He was immobile on the ice. They had to bring out the stretcher. Thankfully, he was able to not only get off the ice without needing the stretcher, but it seemed like he walked down on his own strength down the tunnel. So fingers crossed that Mike Riley isn't out for too long, or not even that he's out for too long, that he's okay. I don't care how long he misses, as long as he's okay. As long as he'll be a functional human being for himself and his family going forward, that's all I care about. That is all I care about. And then, good point by Left Lock here with what this team had to deal with tonight. No complaints about the score closing in late. Bo really showed up and made his presence known. Future captain. Fans of the podcast will know that future captain or captain in waiting is Bo Horvat. 100%. He's the captain in waiting. It's not even going to be close. It's not even going to be close unless they bring someone else in. But at the moment, Bo Horvat is the captain in waiting for sure. But then we go to the third period, and of course, the Buffalo Sabres fight back. You have Jason Zucker, who's such a schmuck. He was such a schmuck today. Gets a goal. Great tip out in front of the net. Can't deny it. But and there's nothing that Ilya Sorokin or anyone else can do. These shots are going to happen. It's just a shot from the point that comes through. It comes back to Tage Thompson. He throws it, and Jason Zucker gets a good stick on it. There's nothing there to criticize. Like, they should have done this better. Yeah, maybe said player should have the inside lane on Jason Zucker so he can't get the redirect. But these things are going to happen in an 82 game season when there are 35 to 40 shots most nights. Not 35, 30 to 40 shots on most nights. I'm not too worried about it. That's going to happen. It's, again, how you respond to those hiccups, because that's what matters. And, of course, Jean-Gabriel Pageau scores to give us the 2-goal lead back again. But most of that is really on Bo Horvat, just following through the play. Again, sees the open space, keeps skating towards the net, doesn't stop, and again, throws it towards the front, and it's in. Bo Horvat's anticipation, they said that on the broadcast, was clutch in creating that goal. And his timing, again, something they said through the broadcast, was on point. It was clear to see on that goal and that goal alone, outside of everything else that he was doing in the game. Bo Horvat clearly saw that we're without Matthew Barzal, we're without Anthony Duclair, we're not performing very well. As a leader, because he does wear an A, I have to step up. I have to do something. And he did it. His performance spoke for itself. Now, the 2-goal lead didn't last because, of course, it doesn't. 18:59, Owen Power scores with, it's a garbage goal. They jam it to the front and they get it to work through. Sorokin makes a good stop on it, and it eventually works its way in. Garbage goal, absolutely garbage goal. But that's going to happen when they have a 6-on-5 for, what is it? He pulled the goalie, he being Lindy Ruff. It's 3.5 minutes where Levy left. It's a lot of time for them to work on what was a depleted roster. Again, not only were they missing some of the regular injuries, but they were without a lot of their defensemen, specifically Adam Pelech and Alex Romanov. And I'm sure you'll see that reflected in the ice time here, where it's going to be well over 20 minutes for most of our guys, outside of Alex Romanov, who did Mitch some time. Connor, what is up, my dude? How's it going, my friend? Riley, 7 minutes, 24 seconds, left with injury. Adam Pelech left with injury, 10:41. Pollock, 25 minutes. Dobson, 24:55. Mayfield, 21. Romanov also left with an injury, it seemed. He was out for a couple of shifts, still puts in 24 minutes. All of these guys, these 4 defensemen, were fantastic today. Fan-friggin-tastic. No complaints from about either of these defensemen. If there's anything at the end of the game that you might have a complaint with, it's Anders Lee missing an open net. After the goalie's pulled, it works itself. Bo Horvat, I think, feeds Anders Lee on the far side, and he's got a pretty good look. For a former 40-goal scorer, you think he'd be able to dish it into the empty net, but he doesn't. He hits the outside of the post, and it goes out. And you're going, Lee, buddy, you had so much to work with. Just slow it down. Slow it down. You have so much to work with. And sure, there was a Buffalo Sabre in his way in the shooting lane, but no. Like, he should have converted that. He needs to convert that. Absolutely. So that's kind of annoying. And I can understand why some people would be mad with Anders Lee for that. But he still had 2 assists on the day, set up 2 great goals. So you can't be too mad with the captain. Plus his skating. I wish I can get his skating data for this game alone. It was fantastic. Wait, the Muzzy is gone. I don't necessarily know what the Muzzy means. Is that the muzzle? Are they not allowed to speak? Were they not allowed to speak? I don't know. Spiz, clarify your comments. Tsiplikov on 52-point pace after tonight. I friggin' hope so. Calder watch says State of Survival. We said it at the beginning, jokingly, very much jokingly, that he's going to win the Calder Trophy, because both Matt and I have our reservations with Maxim Tsiplikov. And it's not to say we don't think he's an NHLer. We think he's an NHLer. We're just not sure he's a top 6 guy. But 52 points on pace for, that would certainly prove us wrong. If he can put up 52 points, that would certainly prove us wrong. Spiz, this is for you. Bill's nice little dig. This is an ongoing thing on our Patreon, an inside joke within the patronage, that Spiz is not a big fan of Kyle Palmieri, but he scored. So, haha, Spiz. Buffalo does have the worst power play in the league, to be fair. Does it really, Orbican? I wasn't aware that it was the worst in the league. That is interesting. So if we go to teams, if we go to penalty kill percentage, they are not. They're not good. So they're not the worst, but I think you're maybe saying that a little bit in tongue in cheek. So I'll give you credit for that. It's certainly not good at 74.2%. It's certainly not. Much better than ours, though. It's 62.5 before tonight. 62.5% before tonight. And again, tonight, the Islanders were 1 for 4 on the power play, as were the Buffalo Sabres, 1 for 4. So we stopped at least 3 penalty kills. So great. Or we stopped 3 power plays of theirs. I just forget how to do the inverse logic in my mind. Sippy also recorded 8 hits tonight. I haven't looked at that box score yet. Let's take a look. Oh my God. Yeah. 8 hits. Yes. We've wanted that. That's what he was good at in the KHL. Bring that over, please. Oh my God. 8 hits and scores 2 points. Excellent. Excellent type stuff. And the goal he scored was fan-freaking-tastic. So excellent job, Maxim Tsiplikov. Take a bow, buddy. P.S. Bo Horvat, 8 shots on net. He was shooting from everywhere. Wild stuff. What about defensemen in terms of shots? No one really stands out for shots there on the defense. So, wowerson. 8 shots for Bowie Horvat. Excellent, excellent stuff. And 8 shots for Maxim Tsiplikov. I guess we call up Bolzuk and question mark. Well, Chalowski will play. That's for sure. So that, if you're just staying up or catching up late, Adam Pelech went down with an injury, did not return. Mike Riley went down with an injury, did not return. Not sure if Adam Pelech can come back. It really seemed like he caught a puck to the face, so that might be a stitches thing, which could get resolved perhaps rather quickly. Whereas Mike Riley might be out for a little bit longer. He went down. He was dazed. I don't imagine he'll be back for the next game. I don't imagine he'll be back. So Dennis Jalowski certainly going to play in the next one. Will they call up Balzuc? I don't know. I didn't watch the Bridgeport game today. I saw that they won 4-1, and I do believe that Balzuc got on the score sheet. We can bring it up here while we're at it, right? We can look at stuff on the internet. We have access to these devices. Where are we at here in terms of the Bridgeport Islanders? Come on, AHL. There we go. They defeated the Springfield Thunderbirds 4-1. Share this tab. Why new power? Samuel Balzuc gets his 4th assist of the year. Isaiah George, what a beaut. What a beaut. Alex Jeffries, 2 assists. Oh my God, Alex Jeffries. But Samuel Balzuc, let's just take a look at what he's doing in terms of his stats game by game. They're not going to give us time on ice or anything fancy here, but we can look at shots and whatnot. Kid is getting a ton of pucks towards the net. 3-2-2, 3-3, and has points in 4 straight games. We might be calling up Samuel Balzuc to fill that spot. We might be. So there you go, state of survival. Chalowski and probably Samuel Balzuc stepping on the left-hand side there. Injuries were pretty brutal. Some to dodge, but much needed win though. 100% much needed win, specifically in regulation. And they were able to hold off most of that empty net, the 6-on-5. So that's huge. I don't think NHL has updated their standings with the 2 points. Not that, another 2 points necessarily matters per se, but they did. Share this tab. The Islanders are 6th in the Metropolitan Division. So with 10 points, 1 behind Columbus of all teams. Columbus, what a hell of a story this year for right and wrong reasons. But gladly, there's some good reasons here to be talking about the Columbus Blue Jackets. We're still not, maybe not catching up to the top teams, but we will get there. If this is what we're going to keep doing, we'll get there. Maybe. The injuries are starting to worry me quite a bit here. Okay. Back to the comments. Orbican says, and Bo sat by Riley's side the entire time too. It's kind of like, who said it for Bo Horvat being the captain in waiting? Where was that comment? Doesn't matter. I'll get to it later. Doesn't matter. Bo Horvat, captain in waiting 100%. This time the fluky goal didn't cost us. It's true. This time it didn't. Sometimes fluky goals certainly cost us. The flukes are certainly on us most of the time, but not today. Connor with the chirp. The Isles won. It's a national holiday. My Rangers won per normal. Wow. Wow. You beat the Ottawa Senators. Relax. Just joking, Mitch. Enjoy the win and keep up the great work. Thank you. You as well. Enjoy the win, even though the Rangers were the team who won. But good job by you for winning. I do have Artemi Panarin and Chris Kreider in my fantasy league, so good job for me. I should have taken Lafrenière. I had at one point today for Oddshark, I had written down taking Alexis Lafrenière to score a power play point today at plus 510. I typed it all out, but I didn't have the data to back it up. Obviously, the reason it was at plus 510 is because he hasn't scored a power play point in, I think it was like 16 or 17 games. So I was like, I won't do it. Nah, I'll delete it. Sure enough, he scores a power play friggin' goal today. It's not a Rangers show, but like I just had to lament on my loss of plus 510 on Alexis Lafrenière to score or to score a power play point today. Oh, anyways, good job, Connor. Keep on rolling here. I think Romanov is still injured. He probably went back out to help because we were shorthanded. There's a good point to be made there. That is something that you can. There's no there may sorry. It's no coincidence necessarily that he came back the second that Mike Riley went to the room, right? He probably saw like, well, there's 3 of us back here now. No way, I can't do that. And so it's maybe not hurting that bad. He was still fantastic the rest of the way. And look, the comment from Stefan is right there. So asked Romanov about leaving the game with an injury, but coming back in. I can't leave my teammates with 3 deep. I can't do that. I watched in the medical room and saw 2 guys were hurt. I can't just leave them. Roy yet again called Romanov a beast for battling. Like, I don't like to always praise these guys when they're either out there and injured, because I find it sets a really kind of toxic environment for those coming up. Like, I have to play through an injury that's only going to make things worse for me later on. But it is infectious to see a guy go like, I have to be out there. I have to do this. I'm sure if I was in the same situation, I would do it as well. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not going to do it because what about someone else? But like, maybe. Anyways, it's cool. But as State of Survival pointed out, it's not even a probably. It is a confirmed now. Nate Dogg, Lee missing that empty net made me laugh. We have to be the worst team at empty nets. Yeah, we probably do. I don't know if you can find that out real quick on NHL. Probably not. I don't think they keep track of empty net goals. They might. I'm going to try to find out right here. Goals against, goals for by strength. If I can do 6 on 5. Yeah. If we go back to 2021, let's do 6 on 5 goals for. I'm going to switch to this tab. Yeah. All right. And see where we end up on this list. Looking for the New York Islanders. Number 6 on 5 goals scored. I'm at the bottom. 26. We have 14 6 on 5 goals since 2021. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 teams have fewer. One of them is Utah that did not exist. So take them out of the equation, really. And there are 5 teams who have fewer empty net goals than we do. Oof. And that was a bad one for Lee to miss. It really was. God. Anyways, thank you, Nate. Predicting Pelech in fishbowl. Well, it's not a bad prediction. He just might have to, just to protect whatever wound he may have picked up. So, Bill, good point by you. Their PK is 76.4, but the PP is 6.9. Nice. I see what you did there. Nice. Yeah. Nice. I'm just leave it at that. Next game, 1 p.m. Sunday against the Rangers. Team is going to be tired AF. Well, maybe not that tired. We still got a little bit of time to prepare for that. It is a 1 p.m. start, which worries me because we're not good in afternoon games just historically. I wish I had the data for that. I don't. The NHL doesn't keep that data. I could find it, or I could get it. It's just going to take a lot, and it's certainly not something I can do here on the show. But starting at anything earlier than 7 p.m., we are no bueno. Certainly no bueno, especially when it's like 12 or 1 o'clock. Oof. And now we're playing the Rangers, who are, as Connor pointed out, pretty darn good. When they win, it's like, we expected that, which is not the case for us right now, sadly. And then Soppy says, I think it's probably a concussion for Pelech. Hopefully not too serious. I hope so too. It looked more like it was a puck to the face. Again, he's holding his face. But maybe that's just him clutching because it hurts. Obviously, getting a puck to the face is not going to be comfortable. But I hope he's back soon. I can't have Adam Pelech miss more time. Oh, that guy has missed so much time through injury. Just unlucky, or people headhunting like Brendan Gallagher. What a jerk. Anyways, the Islanders win 4-3, first regulation win in what seems like for friggin' ever. They outshoot them 36-35. Just looking at the game score, game stats before we check out here. They win the face-off duel. Power play 25%, penalty kill 75%, but we'll take it. Penalty minutes 15 on both sides. Hits even at 18. Block shots. Holy crap, we blocked a ton at 23. Giveaways 12-9. Takeaways 3-4. I hope the underlying numbers at Natural Stat Trick and other sites rectify themselves at some point, but there was a clear divide between what was available there at the time and what we saw in terms of here on the normal game stuff. But Islanders played a decent game, ended up taking 2 points that I didn't expect. Again, for OddsShark, I said that the Islanders would lose. I'm glad they didn't. Maybe I just got to keep betting against the Islanders, lose money, but they win games. It's a win-win in my books, I suppose. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for following. Thank you all for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It really, really helps us out. It's the least you can do. If you want to block out whenever a video comes up so you don't get 45,000 emails, that's totally fine with me. Hitting that button to subscribe changes everything for us. So please consider doing that if you haven't yet. And again, thank you. And we'll see you next time.